Hello and welcome to Undertow Update, your monthly newsletter from Undertow.cards. These will not necessarily have an audio component every time, but I wanted to make sure that everyone on the podcast hears this one, because we've got some important news. First of all, as you may have noticed, the podcast formerly known as Eidolon Playtest is now called Drawn from the Undertow. I'll get to the reasoning behind that in a minute, but first of all, just take a second to enjoy our nice new cover art from Buchanan. There's going to be a lot more Buchanan art coming down the pipeline, because Threadspinner is now ready for a full playtest, and we are going to do it in not one, not two, but 3 long-form campaigns that will serve as the backbone of this podcast for the next year and a half. First off, Threadspinner FLAME, starring Iris, Maxie, and Ty, GM'd by Luke and edited by Iris. Second, Threadspinner SPARK, starring Crystal, that's me, Morgan, and Zoe, GM'd by Luke and edited by Luke. And third, Threadspinner GLOW, starring Lexi, Mike, and Molly, GM'd by Luke and edited by Mike. Now, you will notice I didn't really talk about what each of these campaigns are about. That's actually because I would like to hear your speculation about it. We're doing a hype month. May is E3 for Drawn for the Undertow. It's going to be a transitional month between Eidolon and Threadspinner. We are going to look back at the latest round of Eidolon miniseries, while slowly rolling out details about Threadspinner Playtest, which will officially debut on May 25th. So the full schedule for May is going to be as follows. On Monday, May 4th, me and Maxie are going to record a Postmortem about Eidolon Island, FLASHBACK, and Adults, the series that we GM'd. It's going to be sort of a back and forth interview style. On Wednesday, May 6th, we will reveal the cover art, opening music, and premise of Threadspinner FLAME. On Monday, May 11th, me, Iris, and Zoe will release another postmortem about Eidolon Romance and Eidolon Plus Machine. On Wednesday, May 13th, we will reveal the cover art, opening music, and premise of Threadspinner SPARK. On Monday, May 18th, Eidolon Tool and Proto Postmortem with me, Luke, and Mike. And on Wednesday, May 20th, we will reveal the cover art, opening music, and premise of Threadspinner GLOW. After that, Threadspinner will begin with the following release dates. Monday, May 25th, Threadspinner FLAME Session 0. Monday, June 1st, Threadspinner SPARK Session 0. Monday, June 8th, Threadspinner GLOW Session 0. Those are going to be the threading rituals, which if you've read the latest Threadspinner draft is sort of an in-character character creation session, where they also determine what the shape of the upcoming adventure is going to be. And if you haven't read the latest Threadspinner draft, please go do so at threadspinner.undertow.cards. The game is good. Please be excited to play it and to listen to us play it. Now we've got some clarifying questions section of this Undertow update. First of all, welcome to the podcast, Morgan. Yes, you heard me right. Morgan is on Threadspinner SPARK, and she is joining as a permanent cast member of Drawn from the Undertow. Everyone loved her in Eidolon Adults, and we're very lucky to have her as part of Threadspinner SPARK. And as I promised up top, now I'm going to explain why we renamed the podcast to Drawn from the Undertow. Because we had quite a bit of back and forth internally about this. But basically, we're not done with Eidolon forever, but we're not playing it in the near future. So Eidolon Playtest is not really accurate anymore. But we will go back to Eidolon eventually, and we'll do more RPGs after that. So Threadspinner Playtest would only be temporarily accurate. So instead of changing the name back and forth over and over and building up technical and infrastructural debts that involves, We're making one name change, a permanent name change. It's going to be inclusive of Eidolon, Threadspinner, and everything else that we do. And that name is drawn from the Undertow, which I hope communicates a bit of what we do, which is tarot-based games and collective unconscious type games. As for why we are doing 3 campaigns this time, when previously we did 2 campaigns, we have 9 non-GM players, and we previously split them into groups of 4 and 5, and I'm sure you might have noticed this as well, but we certainly noticed that the 5-player groups tended to have a slower pace, and they struggled to give each character equal spotlights, and that is a problem we didn't want to have again. For the recent Eidolon miniseries, we experimented with 3-player groups, and they worked really good. They're smooth, they avoided the frictions of the larger groups, especially the 5-player groups. And, on top of that, 3-player groups, they're a lot easier to schedule and to edit. I hope everyone enjoyed the miniseries, but they definitely were a bit of a pain behind the scenes, and I think Threadspinner Playtest is going to go much, much smoother. It's going to be a more consistent production than our previous long-form series, and on top of that, we're going to be using 3 campaigns to have 50% more thematic diversity. Threadspinner is not necessarily just have to be a Dark Souls type thing, although it's certainly still Souls inspired. You can do a lot of things with it, and we hope that Flame, Spark, and Glow are each going to have a different style and dynamic. Well, thank you for listening to this Undertow update. That's all we have for you this time. I was a bit loosey-goosey on the audio component, but all of the important details are right there in the episode description. And look out for more of these once a month at undertow.cards. And please look forward to all of the postmortems and teasers coming your way this month.